Hello, my name is Thad Frost, and for the past 32 years, I've been working on distributed control systems. Today, I'm the technical leader for the Foxboro DCS for Schneider Electric. I support customers and industries worldwide for their distributed control system needs. So as a DCS owner, we have to ask ourselves, why would you want to migrate in the first place? Perhaps you're experiencing unexpected downtime. Perhaps you're incurring higher maintenance costs. You may be struggling with supply chain. You may be struggling getting those correct components that you need to support your system. You may not be getting the level of support you need from your current DCS vendor. Let's think of some other reasons why you'd want to migrate. Some other reasons you may want to migrate: you may have staff personnel that are going to retire soon, and there's a decrease in site knowledge, and the only knowledge of that system or that DCS is with that personnel that's going to retire. Cybersecurity is another huge reason why you'd want to migrate. The demands of cybersecurity in today's world are ever increasing. You may have lost business opportunities for integrating to new systems. So, where do we begin? If you're considering a distributed control system migration, there are 5 questions that you have to ask yourself. Number 1, what level of support can my current vendor provide going forward? Number 2, does my maintenance personnel spend more time and money on repairs and restarts than process improvements? Question number 3, what are my labor costs and my overall costs of migrating to a new DCS? And what tools are available to lower those costs? Question number 4, what are my drivers to migrate to a new DCS? Are they business related? Are they support related? And number 5, what is the end game in mind? Will the new DCS be more sustainable? Will it have more capability and more functions in order for me to achieve my business goals? Now let's get into choosing the right approach when it comes to DCS migration. In choosing the right approach, there are really 4 options that you can consider. Number 1 is the traditional bulldoze. You rip and replace everything that's there. Obviously, that's the most time-consuming and the most costly. Number 2 is the cable solution. That's cabling from your old I/O modules, termination assemblies, to your new I/O modules. This takes up additional footprint. Number 3 is the top-level approach. Just replacing the top-level HMI or human-machine interface for your graphics. And then finally is the Schneider Electric approach. This approach is the form, fit, and function card approach, where you can remove your old I/O modules and replace them with Schneider Electric I/O modules without ever having to touch a field wire or incur new footprint. This also leads to less downtime. With the limited downtime, what does that mean? What it means is that we're getting to production faster. We've turned around the plant faster. We haven't incurred any new footprint. Now we have a system that meets today's cybersecurity threats and cybersecurity demands. To further illustrate your choices, let's go to the video, DCS Migration Options and Business Considerations.
As your distributed control system, or DCS, ages, reliability becomes a big concern, and the risks of production interruption or plant shutdown increase continually. Meanwhile, spare components are increasingly difficult to obtain. Additionally, there's also a wealth of modern-day functionality you might be missing: modern cybersecurity, IoT connectivity, and much more. When it comes to a system migration, you have options, each with advantages and disadvantages. One thing to keep in mind is that it's critical to minimize production interruptions when transitioning your control system, while containing capital expenses for the project. Option 1. A top-layer upgrade with new operator HMI software. It's quick and cheap, but unfortunately does nothing for reliability. Option 2. Cable migration. This requires you to rebuy passive hardware like cabinets and infrastructure components and find a place for them in an often cramped computer room. This option is less cost-effective and needs more space. Option 3. Rip and replace, which is labor-intensive, carries significant construction and installation costs, and requires long shutdowns. And Option 4. The best option. Schneider Electric's unique migration solution. A straightforward one-for-one I/O card swap. A card swap is an elegant solution that retains all field wiring connections to your new modern controller. Take out the old and plug in the new. Keep your existing wiring and cabinetry right where it is. Unlike other solutions, commissioning can be done in hours, not weeks or months. Hence, this uniquely simple approach can deliver the benefits of modernization without the costs related to complex rewiring. Our experienced team can reverse engineer your control configuration and produce a new one replicating existing controls, which retains the operational knowledge of your process. You get the benefits of modernization without the expenses, difficulties, shutdowns, or delays of other approaches. In a nutshell, that's the business case for a card swap migration. A wealth of functionality, security, and reliability gain at minimal cost, using an elegant and efficient procedure. It's hard to beat that. That's why clients have turned to Schneider Electric for so many years, and why we continue to work hard to get the word out about what for many is the best available answer to an aging DCS.
Let's fast forward a bit now. Let's say you've migrated to a new Foxboro DCS using the plug-in approach. What that means is that you haven't incurred any new footprint to your system. What it also means is that you haven't experienced a lengthy downtime. You've maintained your field wiring, and therefore you've also reduced your cost of getting to this new system. And with this new system, you've met the cybersecurity standards of today's world. And you also have the ability to do asset management with your field devices. You have the ability to do HARP protocol, and you have the ability to have a very sustainable DCS in the future. Another benefit of the plug-in solution is that when we put our own electronics into the form factor of the aging DCS, those electronics are from our mainstream I/O modules as well, meaning we don't have to source different electronics than we're sourcing from our regular DCS. This means we're handling any supply chain crisis that may come along. So we're only sourcing from one area. This means our uptime and availability of parts are going to be in line with our standard product line. Here at Foxboro Schneider Electric, we have a vast experience of migrating DCS control systems. Today, we offer those solutions in the Siemens Moore Apex form factor, the Bailey Infa 90 and Net 90 form factor, the TDC 3000 approach, the TDC 2000 approach. With our experience, we have migrated over 500 systems worldwide. Those 500 systems have experienced less downtime, they haven't incurred any new footprint, and they've been able to take advantage of the new features and capabilities of the Foxboro DCS. We are here to be your trusted partner in your DCS migration journey. If you are interested in scheduling an on-site assessment, please scan the QR code or click on the link in the description of this session. On behalf of Schneider Electric, I want to thank you for being here with us today. Thank you.